The dance of the hedgehog. Yes, you heard me right, the hedgehog, a curious creature that encapsulates the very essence of our topic today, why avoidants struggle with emotional intimacy, explained simply. You see, hedgehogs have these sharp quills, and when they feel threatened, they curl up, retreating into a ball of prickly protection. Much like our avoidant friends, who, when faced with the prospect of emotional intimacy, find themselves retreating, curling inward, with their own form of metaphorical quills standing on end. Now, before we delve into the heart of the matter, let us take a moment to consider what it means to be avoidant. Picture, if you will, a child standing on the edge of a swimming pool. The water glistens invitingly, yet it also holds the unknown, a world beneath the surface filled with uncertainties. The child might dip a toe, perhaps even slide into the shallow end, but the deep waters are daunting. This child is our avoidant individual, forever poised at the edge of emotional intimacy, hesitant to dive in. Imagine a couple at a dinner table. Candles flicker with a soft glow, casting tender shadows upon faces that, by all appearances, seem content. Yet, if you look closely, you'll notice one partner leaning back ever so slightly, avoiding the gaze of the other. This is the dance of avoidance, an intricate ballet where one partner yearns for closeness while the other maintains a calculated distance. The avoidant partner is adept at this dance, a veritable Fred Astaire of emotional detachment, gliding smoothly away from any overture of intimacy. The roots of this avoidant behavior often trace back to childhood experiences, where the seeds of attachment are first sown. Consider a young sapling growing in a garden that lacks consistent sunlight or nourishment. It adapts, learning to conserve its resources, to rely on itself for sustenance. Similarly, avoidants often grow in environments where emotional needs were met with inconsistency, teaching them to rely on themselves, to trust primarily in their own capabilities, and to view emotional dependence with suspicion. Now, one might wonder, what exactly makes emotional intimacy such a formidable adversary for the avoidant? The answer lies in the essence of vulnerability. Emotional intimacy demands that we lay bare our innermost fears, desires, and weaknesses, a prospect that can be terrifying for those who have built their lives around self-reliance. For the avoidant, vulnerability is akin to standing on the precipice of a vast canyon, peering into the abyss with trepidation. Consider, if you will, the story of a woman named Clara. Clara was a master of deflection, an artist at diverting conversations away from her personal life. She was the kind of person who could engage in hours of chatter about the weather, politics, or the latest novel, yet when the conversation steered towards her feelings or relationships, she would skillfully steer it back to safer shores. Clara's avoidance was a shield, a means of protecting herself from the specter of vulnerability. Yet, despite their best efforts to maintain emotional distance, avoidants are not without desire for connection. Like all humans, they yearn for closeness, for understanding, for love. But this yearning is often overshadowed by a fear of engulfment, of losing oneself in the relationship, of being consumed by the needs of another. It is a delicate tightrope to walk, balancing the longing for connection with the instinct for self-preservation. Now, if you find yourself identifying with the avoidant, or if you are in a relationship with one, do not despair, for there is hope, a path through the hedgehog's quills, if you will. The journey towards emotional intimacy is a gradual one, requiring patience, understanding, and a willingness to confront one's fears. It begins with small steps, perhaps sharing a personal story, expressing a feeling, or allowing oneself to be vulnerable in a safe and supportive environment. In time, the avoidant may learn that emotional intimacy is not a threat to be avoided, but a gift to be embraced. They may discover that true strength lies not in self-reliance alone, but in the courage to trust, and to be open with another. And so the dance continues, but with a new rhythm, a harmonious blend of independence and connection. So, as we conclude our exploration of why avoidants struggle with emotional intimacy, let us remember the hedgehog, an emblem of the delicate balance between protection and vulnerability. And let us hold in our hearts the hope that, with understanding and compassion, even the most guarded among us may find their way to the warmth and richness of true emotional connection.
If you believe this video might help someone dear to you, share it with them. A small gesture on your part could mean the world to a friend in need.